Very good morning to all. From this lecture, EC 8251 Circuit Analysis, Department of ECE, second semester, Unit 2, Network Theorems for DC and AC circuits. First of all, what is a network theorem? The simple DC and AC circuits can be solved very easily using Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's law. A network analysis is considered with the determination of voltage and current in the branches of a network. The networks having more number of sources and elements can be solved by applying the network theorem. Now we see the outline of the presentation. The network theorems: superposition theorem, Thevenin theorem, Norton theorem, reciprocity theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, star and delta conversion, and solved problems. Now we see the first one, superposition theorem. In this theorem is applicable for linear and bilateral networks. So we see the statement of the theorem. In any multi-source complex network consisting of linear bilateral elements, the voltage across or current through any given elements of the network is equal to the sum of individual voltage or current produced independently across or in that element by each source acting independently when all the remaining sources are replaced by their respective internal impedance. In other words, it can be stated as the response in any element of linear bilateral network containing more than one source is the sum of the responses produced by the source, each acting independently. This means the voltage across the element or the current in the element. Now we see the diagram, the explanation of the superposition theorem. It having a two voltage source, that is a E1 and E2. The calculation of the current in branch A to B of the network using the superposition theorem. First, according to superposition theorem, consider each source independently. Let the source E1 is acting independently. At this time, other source must be replaced by internal impedance. But as internal impedance of E2 is not given, the source E2 must be replaced by short circuit. Hence the circuit become network reduction technique due to the source 1 is alone. Now the steps to apply superposition theorem. The step 1, select a single source acting alone, short the other voltage source and open the current source. If internal impedance are not known, if known, replace them by internal impedance. The step 2, find the current through or the voltage across the required element due to the source under consideration using a suitable network simplification technique. Step number 3, repeat the above two steps for the sources. Step number 4, add all the individual effect produced by individual sources to obtain the total current in or voltage across the element. Now the next theorem, Thevenin theorem. The theorem stated that any combination of linear bilateral circuit and active sources, regardless of connection or complexity, connected to a given load, there is a load impedance, may be replaced by a simple two-terminal network consisting of a single voltage source of Thevenin voltage and a single impedance, that is a equal impedance, is series with the voltage source across the two terminal of the load. So the Thevenin voltage is the open circuit voltage measured at the two terminal of internal sources. With load impedance is removed, this voltage is called Thevenin equivalent voltage. The equivalent impedance of the given network viewed through the terminal where the load impedance is connected. With load impedance is removed and all the active sources are replaced by the internal impedance. If the internal impedance are not known, the independent voltage source are to replaced by the short circuit, while the independent source current source must be replaced by open circuit. Now the explanation of Thevenin theorem. The concept of Thevenin equivalent circuit across the terminal of shown in figure. The terminal A to B or the terminal where load impedance ZL is connected. The Thevenin equivalent across the load terminal A to B is shown in figure A. The Thevenin voltage is the voltage obtained across the terminal A to B when the load impedance is removed. Hence it is open circuit voltage in the shown in figure, while equivalent impedance is viewed through the terminal A to B with load impedance is removed and the voltage source replaced by short circuit and current source by open circuit. While the Thevenin voltage, any of the network simplification technique may be used when the circuit is replaced by Thevenin equivalent across the load terminal. Then the load current is obtained IL is equal to V Thevenin divided by load impedance plus load equal impedance. By using this theorem, current through any branch of the circuit can be obtained and the branch's impedance as a load impedance and obtained the Thevenin equivalent across the two terminals of the branches. Now the step to apply the Thevenin theorem. Step 1. Remove the branch impedance through which current is required to calculated. Step number 2. Calculate the voltage across these open circuited terminal by using any of the network simplification technique. This voltage is Thevenin equivalent voltage, that is VTH. Step number 3. Calculate the equivalent impedance Z equivalent as viewed through the two terminals of the branch from which the current is calculated by removing the branch's impedance and replace all the independent source that their internal impedance. Step number 4. Draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit, the voltage source VTH and the equal impedance in the series with across the terminal of branch which the current is calculated. Reconnect the branch impedance. Now the equal impedance and the load impedance the required through the branch is given by I is equal to VTH divided by load impedance plus equal impedance. Now the third one, Norton theorem. The Norton theorem can be stated as any combination of linear bilateral circuit element and active sources regard of connections or complexity connected to a given load, that is a load impedance, can be replaced by a simple two terminal network consisting of single current source of IN amperes and the single impedance, that is a equal impedance, is parallel with across the two terminal of the load impedance. When the short circuit current flowing through the short circuited path replaces the instant of load current and load impedance, it is called Norton theorem. The load impedance and the equal impedance of the given network as viewed through the load terminal with load impedance removed and all the active sources are replaced by their internal impedance. If the internal impedance are unknown, then the impedance voltage source must be replaced by short circuit, while the independent current source must be replaced by open circuit. So while calculating the equivalent impedance of the northern current. Now explanation of Norton theorem. We considered a network. In this figure, the terminal A to B are the load terminal where load impedance ZL is connected. According to the Norton theorem, the entire network can be replaced by current source IN and the equivalent impedance Z equivalent in parallel. The across the load terminal A to B is connected. For obtained the current, the short circuit the load terminal A to B, calculate the current through the short circuited path using any of the network simplification technique. This is nothing but Norton theorem. While equivalent impedance is to be obtained by the same procedure as the Thevenin theorem, as same as the Norton theorem. So, when the circuit is replaced by Norton equivalent across the load terminal, then the load current can be easily obtained by using current division in a parallel circuit. This theorem is also called as dual of the Thevenin theorem. So, now the simplification of the Norton theorem, the Norton equivalent circuit is obtained. Here we see the diagram from the source transformation of um, theorems in the equivalent impedance. So the VTH and then equivalent resistance from the source information of transformation IN is equal to VTH, that is Thevenin voltage divided by equal impedance, or equal impedance is nothing but VTH divided by Thevenin current or Norton current. Now next one, maximum power transfer theorem. The maximum power transfer theorem can be stated as, in an active network, maximum power transfer to the load take place with the load impedance is the complex conjugate of equivalent impedance of the network as viewed from the terminal of the load. So the explanation of maximum power transfer, we see the network diagram. The equal impedance of the network as viewed from the terminal A to B and replacing the independent source by their internal impedance. Let us the equal impedance represented as equal impedance is equal to resistance plus complex conjugate. Then the maximum will be referred to the load if load impedance is complex conjugate of equal impedance. Then complex conjugate is mathematically defined as load impedance is equal to load equivalent impedance equal to resistance minus of complex conjugate of equal impedance. Thus, the maximum power transfer to the load, the resistance of load and resistance part of equal impedance must be same, while the reactance of the load and equal impedance must also be same magnitude but opposite sign. So, equal impedance reactance is inductive, load impedance must be capacitive. Now, next one, reciprocity theorem. In this theorem, the statement of in any linear network consists of linear and bilateral impedance and active sources, the ratio of voltage introduced in the one loop to the current in other loop is same as the ratio obtained in the position of V and I, that is the current and voltage, are interchanged in the network. While calculating the ratio, the source other than the which is considered to obtain the ratio must be replaced by their internal impedance. So now the explanation of reciprocity theorem considered the network diagram. The voltage introduced in loop 1 while current is the loop 2. The ratio of the voltage and current is V divided by I. The reciprocity theorem states that the ratio of V divided by I is same if the position of V and I are interchanged in the network. In the other words, the voltage and current are mutually transferable. The ratio of voltage and current is also called transfer impedance. It is denoted as Z12, where the voltage is the loop 1 and current is the loop 2 is respective to the source of the independent value. Now let us finally we have to discuss the star to delta transformation. In the complicated network involving large number of elements, star delta transformation or delta to star transformation considered to reduce the complexity of the network, and the network can be analyzed very quickly. These transformations allow to replace the star connection elements of network by equivalent delta connected network without affecting current in other branches. If the three impedances are connected in such a manner that one end of each is connected to the form a junction point called star point. The impedances are said to be connected in star point. This connection is shown in figure. It can be represented as shown in figure. It such a alphabetic order of T, hence the star connection is also called T connection. If the three impedances are connected in such a manner that one end of first is connected to first end of the second end of the second to first end of the third, and so to complete the loop, then the impedances are said to be connected in delta. So the delta connection always from a loop or closed path is shown in figure. It can be represented as shown in figure in such case of alphabetic order of pi. So the delta connection is also called pi connection. And the delta to star or pi to T transformation considered three independent sources of ZA, ZB, ZC connected in delta. The terminal between the connection in delta is named as a 1, 2, 3. Now it is always possible to replace this delta or pi connected impedance by three equivalent star or T connected impedance between the same terminal of 1 and 2 and 3. Such a star is shown inside the delta connection. It is equivalent to the star of the T and pi connection impedance. Let us analyze the delta connection. Now consider the terminal 1 and 2. Find the equal impedance between the 1 and 2. And then redraw the network viewed from the terminal 1 and 2 without considering the terminal 3. The terminal 1 and 2 impedance is given by a parallel combination. So the same two terminal of equivalent star connections are calculated. The terminal 1 and 2, we can see the diagram. The terminal 3 is not getting the connection anywhere, and then it is not playing to decide the impedance of the terminal 1 and 2. Thank you for watching this video.